Hey Jackson, how's it going? I take it that you're going to be coming home late today again, right? I mean, it's already 10, so I feel like I know the answer. I have to get up kind of early tomorrow, so I think I might end up heading to bed soon.
Oh shoot, Harriet, I totally lost track of time. I'm really sorry about that. I'm coming home right now. I just got on the bus and it should take about 15 minutes to get back.
Well, okay then, if you're going to be home that soon, I guess I can stay up just a little bit longer.
Thank you so much. By the way, do we have any leftovers in the fridge or anything like that? I'm kinda hungry after such a long day.
Don't worry, I figured that you'd probably be hungry after coming home from a night of drinking, so I left you a little plate in the fridge. So don't say I never do anything for you. I'll get up in a little bit so that it's ready for you when you get home.
Thank you so much, Harriet. I have no idea what I'd do without you. You know, I really was just thinking earlier today how lucky I am to have a wife like you. You really are the best.
What are you talking about? I always do this kind of stuff for you, don't I? You don't need to get all mushy over something I do all the time, Jackson.
But it's exactly because you do it all the time that makes you so great. I mean, even my own coworkers all the time tell me how lucky I am to have a girl like you in my life. So I just want you to know that I really am grateful for all that you do.
Wait, even your coworkers talk about me? I didn't know that you talked about me to your coworkers at all, actually.
I mean, I've shown them pictures of us and stuff all the times that we've gone out for the night. They all tell me how lucky I am to be with someone so pretty.
Okay, now you're just kissing up, aren't you, Jackson? They don't really say those things.
Of course they say those things. I think they're right. You really are beautiful and kind and caring, and I'm very lucky for it. I think that some guys in the office might even be a bit jealous of me, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, I am very glad that you think so highly of me, but I just don't know what to say whenever I get a compliment.
Don't worry, I completely understand, but I just wanted to let you know nonetheless. I mean, I ask myself all the time, what did I do to end up with someone as great as you, and I still don't know how I did it. I mean, I still wake up every morning and feel so lucky that you and I are married.
Oh, stop it! You're making me blush over text right now. I mean, I married you too, you know. We're together because we want to be.
I know. Maybe I'm just feeling a bit sappy after being out. And I really do think that my coworkers are right when they call you beautiful. You are just stunning to me, do you know that? I still have no idea how I got so lucky with you.
Oh, Jackson, do you really feel that way about me?
Of course I do. I really can't say enough just how lucky I feel to have you in my life. And it just makes sense since you're basically a princess with how rich your family is.
I know they have a little bit of money, but it's not that much more than what the average family makes. I wouldn't really call us super wealthy or anything like that.
And that just goes to show what a good princess you really are. You're so humble, and it shows with the way you were raised. I think there's no better word for you than princess, to be honest.
Aw, you really mean that? Well, I appreciate all the kind words that you've been giving me, Jackson.
But they're not just words. I really do feel this way about you. I swear.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Sometimes I feel like I'm just a little too old to be called a princess. Anyways, I'm really happy that I'm with you too and that you seem so happy in your life. I'm so happy that we can both really make each other happy even after we got married.
Yeah, I mean, I just couldn't see myself getting with some stupid girl, you know? Or someone that was just talking all the time. That would drive me crazy. I guess I really just lucked out finding a quiet, reserved, more nerdy girl like you.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess I am really glad that you and I get together so well then. It would be awful if there were big parts of our personality that didn't mesh so well together.
Exactly right. I knew so many girls who would be loud and thought they were so smart in college. They all thought that they were gonna end up running the world, but they never stood a chance against a genius like me.
Right, but I've met some of your college friends and I think some of them are really smart.
Don't go telling any of them that, or I'll just never hear the end of it though. Actually, now that you say it though, that reminds me that I've never really met any of your friends. What kind of friends do you have? Are they all rich, young, amazing things like you?
I would say not really. I think I have a wide range of different friends.
Right, but I mean, I feel like people usually tend to be attracted to like-minded people, so all your friends must be kind of like you in some ways, right? I mean, there's no way that you would ever waste your time with some stupid or poor person, right?
I don't really try to think of people in those terms. And if I do, I certainly don't hold it against them. I enjoy having a bunch of different kinds of friends. I mean, we aren't in school anymore, right? I think we're both mature enough to know that there are more important things than money or smarts, right?
You really feel that way? I have to say, that's actually kind of surprising.
I mean, what about athletes? Even if they're not professors or professionals, I think that they have a set of rules that they live by and can be good people, right?
Are you talking about those jocks that you invited to our wedding?
They weren't just jocks, though. Those were friends that I've known ever since I was little. I would have invited even more of my friends, but there were just so many that I couldn't.
Right, yeah, I guess we did have a kinda small wedding when I think about it. I think that basically everyone I invited were friends from my college days. but maybe one day you could invite some of your jock friends over and I could meet them properly.
Yeah, that might be fun. I'm sure that we would have a free evening that would work for everyone.
Hey, I thought I told you not to bother me while I'm out drinking with the boys.
You mean you're going out drinking again today? Sorry, I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
Well, I was invited out at the very last second, so that's why I'm out right now. Now what is it? What do you want?
I just wanted to call and ask what time you thought you were going to be coming home today.
That's the reason why you needed to call me? Are you kidding me? Just who do you think you are, my mother? You really gotta back off and just let me live my life.
I'm really sorry to be interrupting your night, Jackson. I really didn't mean to. But I guess that means that you are going to be coming home late then. I guess I'll just go to bed on my own then, if that's okay. So just please be careful getting back, okay?
Are you serious? You're seriously not even gonna wait up for me? I don't believe you.
Sorry, what's wrong with me doing that? I'm not quite sure what's got you upset.
Of course I'm upset. What kind of wife isn't gonna wait up for her husband? You're being ridiculous.
But I have no idea what time you're going to be coming home.
I should be home around 1 in the morning, okay? So you could just wait up for me until then.
But I have to get up early tomorrow at 5. I really would like to be able to go to sleep earlier. I really don't think I'm going to be able to function off only 4 hours of sleep.
What's wrong with 4 hours of sleep? That's like basically a solid nap. You should be able to handle whatever your day is after that. But I just can't believe that you would even think a good wife would treat her husband this way. Do you think I'm an idiot or something, or do you just have no respect for me at all?
Jackson, of course not. It's nothing like that at all, I swear.
And just what are you getting up so early for in the first place, huh? Why does your job start that early?
I don't have the answer for you, Jackson. It's just the rules of my office. They want me there first thing in the morning, so I have to get up then.
I really can't believe that they think they can get away with asking you to do that when they don't even pay you that much anyways.
But I really enjoy my work at the salon. I really do get a lot out of it personally.
Why didn't you go out and find a job more worth doing, huh? I mean, you literally have a rich family. I thought that you'd have learned from them to go and find a better job. Instead, you just think it's okay to just follow your passion or whatever nonsense.
But the pay isn't even that bad, Jackson. I mean, we basically make the same amount of money, don't we?
Oh, so now you're saying I don't earn enough for you, huh? You think it's funny comparing my real job to your little Barbie Dreamhouse salon job.
Jackson, how can you talk to me like this? I really enjoy my job and I get something out of it that no salary could give me.
And now you hardly even make anything anymore. And not only that, but it cuts into the time that you should be cleaning the house, and it's clear that you're just doing a half-assed job. You're just living your life without even trying that hard.
Jackson, what on earth are you talking about? The house looks just fine. Do you really think it's a mess?
Fine? This is what you call fine. In what world is the house fine? You barely even do anything to keep it up.
Like what? What don't you think I do enough of in terms of keeping the house clean?
Are you blind or something? You can't honestly be happy with the state of things, right? How about the fact that you packed me a little pre-packaged snacks for lunch instead of just making everything by hand? Or all the hair that's all over our floor? And yet you think that it's okay if you go to bed before I do and there's still so much work to be done.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm not able to clean the house when it doesn't fit in with my schedule, but you never do anything to help out either. And I only gave you that pre-packaged thing once. I've never done it again since then. How can you say that I'm not doing all that I can to make sure the house is clean and running? Besides, there's really no need to have it be crystal clean every single day.
Here you go again, just making excuses instead of just doing your job like a good wife. Look, as my wife, you only have one job, and that is to do what I say when I say it without arguing with me. Got it?
I'm really sorry, Jackson. I didn't mean to screw things up like this at all. I'm so sorry that I upset you.
And just know that if I come home and I ever find you asleep, I will not hesitate to kick you awake. Got it?
Hey, Jackson, I'm really sorry to bother you with this, but could I please ask you to contribute a little more money to the house? It's just that I don't really think that I can afford everything like rent, utilities, and groceries with just my salary. Things are going to get really tight for us at this rate.
Excuse me? Hold on, you're really trying to tell me that I don't contribute enough to the house?
I mean, you only ever give me $300 a month for everything. I'm burning through my savings just to keep up with all our expenses.
Sounds to me like you just gotta learn a little bit about financial literacy. I mean, just what kind of food are you buying that $300 isn't enough to get us through the month? You really gotta learn how to spend smarter.
But it's not just me spending the money. So much of our entire budget goes towards paying for your nights out. Not only that, but I'm the one paying for your car insurance even though I don't drive. Surely you could at least cover that, right?
This is why I said you should have put more effort into finding a better paying job. But you wanted to try and follow your dreams like an idiot instead. And now here you are complaining that you don't have enough money.
But I really think that the only job I'm even equipped to do at this point is my work at the salon.
Well, that just makes you completely useless then, doesn't it?
Look, Jackson, the point is that we are running out of money, and part of the reason is because of your spending, okay? So just please work with me a little here, okay?
Do you really think that you're in any position to make any kinds of demands from me at all? I'm telling you that the only reason this is a problem is because you don't know how to spend money smartly. Why don't you quit complaining about everything and just take some responsibility, huh?
I'm not complaining, Jackson. This is serious and we are running out of money. Don't you understand that?
See that? That's just you complaining again right there. You're just a useless woman who's making excuses for her uselessness.
Jackson, what happened to you? Why are you treating me like this? You used to be so kind to me.
Maybe that's because ever since I married you, I've learned what a horrible, useless, stupid woman you really are. I was kind when I thought that you were a high-value woman, but now I realize that was my mistake for thinking that way.
But I really don't think that it's fair for you to have me pay for all of our expenses when you just spend all your money on yourself. I mean, I can't remember the last time that I went out, spent money on myself, grabbed drinks with friends, any of that. And it's all because I never have any money after I pay all of our bills.
You really have some nerve if you think you deserve any of those nice things when you haven't even figured out how to be a good wife yet.
And just what am I doing that's not enough for you? I feel like I am giving this my all and making so many sacrifices. All I'm asking is that you contribute as well and stop treating me like a slave.
What else do you think a wife is?
You can't be serious about that, right?
What are you talking about? What don't you understand about the question?
Do you really think that when a woman marries a man that she basically just becomes his slave?
Yeah, I don't get what's so confusing about that. You seem to have grasped the concept nicely enough, and the fact that you're just trying to appeal to my emotions right now proves that you don't have a real argument for yourself. I thought I told you that I liked smarter girls, so if you're not gonna argue logically, then I don't want to hear it.
You're going to talk about logic when you're the one who isn't even paying for half of his stuff? We started this marriage off as equals, and I feel like you were getting way more out of this from me than I am from you.
And I don't ever remember that I would split the cost of everything with you when we got married.
Well, no, I guess we didn't agree to that either.
You see? That right there is what we smart men call logic. So maybe you should learn a thing or two on that before you start peddling these brain-dead excuses and complaints to me.
Okay, fine then. I'll make it work with $300.
So basically you're saying that this whole conversation is pointless because we're back where we started, right? Thanks a lot for wasting my precious time, Harriet.
Hey, Jackson, I'm really sorry to ask about this, but I haven't gotten the $300 for this month's groceries.
$300? What on earth are you talking about now, woman?
I'm talking about the money that you give me to spend on things for the house.
Oh, right, I forgot to mention this to you, but I'm gonna stop giving you any money at all this month.
You mean you're not going to contribute anything to the house at all? You can't be serious about that.
There you go again, thinking that you can boss me around just because I hurt your feelings. Said I'm not going to pay you any money, and that's final.
Okay, then how do you expect us to make payments on everything then? Because the money has to come from somewhere.
You think I'm joking with you? You really gotta learn some respect.
It isn't about respect or anything like that at all. This is about having enough money to live.
I guess you'll have to start cutting down then. Maybe you can start by limiting yourself down to one meal a day.
Jackson, don't be ridiculous. Why on earth would I do that? I have a job and take care of the house, and if I'm not eating, then I could pass out.
Well, that really sounds like a you problem to me. But personally, I think that you could stand to lose a little weight anyway. So just think of this as a diet, and then you're killing two birds with one stone. It's perfect when you think about it.
And you really have no problem at all with asking me to do something like this.
Why on earth would I have a problem telling you to slim down, Porky? You think I care about what happens to you either way?
Well, I did until now. I thought that you might have cared a little about the well-being of your wife. Jackson, I don't know what happened, but you're just horrible.
Aw, what's the matter? Are you gonna start crying? I thought you were different, but you're just the same as all the other stupid women in the world. You just cry when you don't get your way, huh? If you really want me to give you more money, though, you could always beg on your hands and knees.
You want me to beg you for more money? Why would you even want me to do that?
You have to prove to me that you're gonna be a good wife by doing it. You're gonna beg for me and then promise to never disobey me again.
Jackson, you are just ridiculous. I mean, have you even been reading the messages you've been sending to me?
Of course I have. I'm just trying to set you in your place. All I do is make a couple of simple requests for you and you act like I'm asking for the world.
But you're asking far too much of me, don't you see that?
I don't see that at all. I think that I'm being perfectly reasonable and that you're acting like the spoiled princess that you are. Well, you may be the princess, but I'm your king now, and you will obey me.
And you really think this is a good way for a husband to treat his wife? You're taking this whole thing way too far. But if you think that I'm going to beg for you, then you've got another thing coming.
Oh? You're really gonna try and fight me even further? You really think that's a good idea, Harriet?
I do. You make some horrible comments about women, and you clearly have no respect for me, even as your own wife. If you want to keep up this lifestyle of yours, then you're going to have to beg me.
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are, huh? How dare you talk to me like that?
I am who I've always been. I'm your wife, Harriet.
No way, my Harriet would know better than to try and mouth off against me like this.
Well, believe it or not, but I have had enough out of you, and I'm not going to stand for this treatment anymore. You think you're such a smart, amazing guy, but you're nothing without me, and you act like a spoiled child.
Wait, what? You can't just talk to me that way. How dare you try and treat me like this? Don't you see that I'm upset with you? Doesn't that make you scared?
It doesn't scare me one bit, actually.
But I'm mad at you right now, so you should be asking for my forgiveness.
Oh no, is your bullying tactic not working anymore? Did you really think that I was just going to fold to you right away? You think that I wasn't showing you how patient I am with your behavior? You really need to learn who you're messing with. I mean, you do know that I used to do pro wrestling, right?
Wait, what? You used to be a pro wrestler? Are you serious?
Yeah, I did it when I was younger for about 5 years, actually. I worked under a stage name, of course, but still.
But I thought that, well, you don't look like a wrestler at all. You lied to me.
I didn't lie to you at all. We started dating when I was at a different part of my life and it just never came up. But I still have plenty of those instincts if you ever want to try me again, Jackson. Just know that I used to be top of my league, and in the attic there's a box with my big championship belt.
Oh, come on now. This is just ridiculous. You think that I'm really gonna fall for this? Though I will say that you did have me going for a second there.
If you're upset because you feel like I hid this part of me from you, I can say the exact same thing about you. You acted like such a nice and caring man before we got married, and you just kept taking and taking without ever giving back to me.
But that's only because you weren't the person I thought you were.
Well, I suppose that neither were you, Jackson. Neither were you. But if you think you're going to get me to beg for you, you're going to have to fight me for it. And I can promise now that you will be the one ending up on the floor begging for mercy. I guess I'll stay up for you and see you when you get home, Jackson. After that, I only had to wait a couple of hours before my husband came home. I was waiting for him in the foyer in my old wrestling garb. He took a weak stand, and in a flash, he was up in the air before I slammed him on the ground like a sack of flour. He gave in right away and begged for me to stop. I just looked down at him and told him that I thought he was pathetic. Thankfully, however, my wrestling experience taught me how to throw people without seriously hurting them. Then with Jackson still on the floor, I went into the kitchen and grabbed divorce papers that I had been holding onto and threw them down on his face. We were divorced just a couple of weeks later. We agreed to just split our assets in half, but I knew that I had gotten all that I wanted out of the divorce process in the brief moment when I had Jackson in the air and he was screaming for his life. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.